Hello Internet, Mike Byrne here from MMOBomb.com, bringing you another first look video. This time it's a little unusual one. Today we're going to be taking a look at Core. It's actually a platform where you can not only play games, but create games and possibly monetize the said games all in one easy browser interface with a bunch of tutorials to show you how to do it. Now, this is brought to us by the team over at Manticore Games, and it's currently, as of this recording, in alpha early access. So you can go straight to the site and get it from there. In April, it will launch on the Epic Game Store as well in an early access period there. But it doesn't cost you anything to get in. If you want to go check it out, you can. If you want to buy in-game currency to buy cosmetics, which we'll get to in the video portions, you can do that as well. So sit back, relax, and let's take a look at Core. All right, so once you're all installed and set up, which doesn't take all that long to begin with, you are immediately thrown into the home world, which is actually a new feature as of, I think, yesterday or today, actually. Or, if you prefer, you can use the interface here, much like most digital distribution platforms, displaying all your different games as you go along. Gaining experience doing different quests, like raiding a game, which we'll do right now, or participating in games with friends, all kinds of things will earn you experience, and you unlock cosmetics for your account, your actual avatar, along the way. So make sure you bang some of these quests out, get yourself some points, and grab some free cosmetics along the way. Most of them are pretty easy. When it comes time to play a game, you've literally run the gamut of everything you can think of. You want to play some mini golf? Sure. You want to do some MMORPGs? Yes, they have those. And in fact, you could have a subscription fee on the MMORPG you create if you want to. We'll get to monetization a little more later. You can zip around the home world here on your hoverboard, have a little fun in the environment, visiting some of the little nested locations that show like the most active games or the most popular games right now. Jumping to the menu interface, of course, will give you the ability to search out individual games if you like particular creators or particular game itself. You could just search for the title and grab them there. Jumping into the games is as easy as, well, going through one of these portals here or just clicking flat out on the game that you want to play and clicking play. I know. Mind-bending. On the cosmetic side of things, you get different characters, not just different items to put on the characters. So you can pick up these different characters. There's a few founders packs in the store that you can create that'll add a bunch of characters. Earning experience may open up different cosmetics, characters, emotes, that kind of thing as well. The game does have a credits cash shop currency for you, so you can modify your individual character that you don't only just see in the home world, but in some games that are third person, because you do have the option between first and third person when creating things, you will see this as your default character in the actual game as well. Change some colors, literally the standard cosmetic changes that you might want to make on a character, and you can swap between them on the fly, earn some more mounts and emotes, and away you go. Now, taking a look at the shop before we get too much into the individual games, we're going to spotlight a few of them, some of my favorites. You do buy credits with cash shop currency, and then each game is able to set up perks, whether those be permanent cosmetic items, recurring things like a 6-day boost to experience or to something, and, of course, your permanent items as well. So each game can create its own thing. So we can jump into a game right off the bat here, a blockchain-based puzzle game. All right, you want to play puzzlers? Go for it. Here's a good opportunity to jump into a puzzle game. Now, we've started building our blockchain, but we haven't earned a lot of money yet. Most people will be familiar with this particular cell phone style game where you've got to put the pieces in, eliminate lines, and if at any point you can't place any of the 3 pieces you have, the game will end. Earn yourself some cash, and you can use that to continue building your blockchain all the way around and sending your bitcoins all over the place. Maybe you want a little more action. Well, let's check out Crater Man's Kingdom Fall, where we're going to try and move as far into the field as we can, hacking and slashing our way through everybody, earning experience points, earning gear upgrades by spending gold on new swords, and just working our way through the field, slapping everything as we go. You can see the other players that are currently in the game here. All the UIs are going to be different, so I'm not going to spend too much time on the actual UI here in each individual game. But for this particular one, it's pretty simple. We use our left mouse to go ahead and smack things with swords. As we level up, we earn gold, and we can use the leveling up points to actually give us increased health, block bonuses, different stat or skill upgrades like that. We're gaining experience just for playing the game, and a lot of games are like that. So you'll earn either currency or experience in the middle of the game. Somebody is level 74. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Progression's the name of the game in this one. Move as far into the world as you can, with each area coming with more challenging and more powerful and higher level monsters along the way. Warping back to town through portals every once in a while to go ahead and upgrade your sword and take a look through town. So if that's your cup of tea, you want a little hack and slash brainless adventure, go for it. How about this? Let's try something that I bet you didn't even know you wanted to be. You definitely want to be a balloon salesman. One of my favorite games on here by Ben East is Balloon Simulator. And if you have no idea what that is, like I didn't, you're in for a little bit of a treat here. So the name of this game is you want to sell balloons. As big a balloon as you can. Over and over and over again, by getting a balloon, blowing it up, selling it, earning or picking up money on the map, and using that money to increase the balloon size you're able to use, or how fast you can blow the balloon up each time. So, what's the point? Well, besides making a ton of money selling balloons, there's also vertical progression, literally, in the game. You actually want to move up off the ground as high as possible, jumping from cloud to cloud to cloud, all the way up into space and even beyond. As you go up, you'll see fun little alien saucers along the way, using your bigger and bigger balloons to help amplify your jump. Earning pets in this game, it allows you to use the trampoline to get a good start up off the ground, so you're not always starting at the base and climbing through the clouds all over and over again. Rinse and repeat, sell, and eventually you might just end up at the max height. What's next? Let's take a look at Dreamweaver's Freeze Tag. All right, fine, a third-person shooter, team-based shooter, where the object is to freeze your opponents with your ice guns. You'll get a bust out so that you can break out of ice if you need to, but that's on a pretty extended cooldown, so you won't be able to do that often. And you also get the melt ability, where you'll be able to unfreeze your opponent or your teammates that happen to be in a block of ice. Run, jump, shoot, duck, cover, do it all in an effort to freeze the other team. Get all of them frozen down, you win the round and earn yourself some experience and some in-game currency along the way. Yeah, I'm kind of stuck in this ice block. So good at this. Let's talk about full-blown MMORPGs. Yes, I did mention that earlier. Here's one from Datanair, apologies if I mispronounced that, called Corinthia. An actual MMORPG. Go do quests, go do crafting, go do gathering, you name it, you can do it. Hotbar mentality, pick up the quests, go do your things. Tons of lore, tons of reading, and again, all the games will show you the different number of players. What's cool about all of these games, too, that I haven't mentioned so far, in that games that require progress, whether it be an MMORPG or things like that, your actual progress is saved. So I've been in and out of this game once or twice just getting it to start. Right now, my hotbar didn't seem to appear, so that's fine. We'll leave the game and reload it. You see it takes 2 seconds to load a damn thing anyway. But yes, your typical MMORPG with the options to do subs as well. Maybe that's a bit too much. Well, let's see what Manticore Games has created on their own platform here in Farmer's Market. Maybe you want to do a little, Harvest Moon or a little Animal Crossing, just relaxing, doing your farming, selling things, maybe doing a little fishing, whipping out the metal detector, seeing if you can find anything underground. Well, here's a nice simulator for you. Holy hell, net worth 7.7 million. Twixler, how long have you been playing this game? Let's grow some strawberries, expand our farm, sell, and of course, you can only sell when the actual farmer's market is open. There is a day-night cycle in this one, and prices change for goods every single time the farmer's market opens, exactly as you would expect it to. So you're going to want to buy your land, plant crops, make sure they're profitable crops at the right time to sell them for as much as you can, while maybe just relaxing and doing some fishing, or, like I said, searching the ground with your metal detector. All of these items, your shovel, your metal detector, and your fishing rod can all be upgraded to catch, grow, or find additionally better and better items for selling so that you can upgrade your barn to store more strawberries, to grow more strawberries, to sell more strawberries. What about golfing, though? What about golfing? Easily becoming one of my favorites on Core has been the mini golf. Don't ask me why. It's just mini golf. That's all it is. But it's absolutely one of my favorites on the system. It's by divided. You can jump in. It's going to put you in a match regardless of when you start. It's going to put you in a match with a bunch of other people, and you'll be on the hole that everybody is on. Not only is it a score-based competition to try and sink the putt in as few shots as possible, but you're also timed to serve as a tiebreaker against other people that might sink the putt in the same number of shots as you. There's also an option for a solo mode if you don't want to do that race type mode, or you just want to become familiar with the course, so you can check that out as well. And there's tons of cosmetics in this game to make your golf ball look like a Santa hat or a smiley face or anything else you might want to do. Earn gold in game through playing, and you can buy those cosmetics. All right, so that's all well and good, and there are so many other great games on here that you might not have seen, and I can't showcase them all. Lost Toys by Jolly Topple is a fun romp where you dress up as a toy and race other people to get back to the toy box, avoiding obstacles along the way, and all kinds of other great things that you should probably check out. But if you want to create things, hop on over to the Create tab, start yourself a new project. Now, since it's utilizing Unreal, there are a bunch of tutorials in here for those of you unfamiliar, but there are some, let's say, streamlined approaches to certain things. Like you can load a custom resource. So if I want to make a third-person gun game, I can start with that package, already having a lot of basic third-person gun game stuff set up, or a first-person deathmatch, or maybe a dungeon crawler in third person. And I can modify things from there. There are tons of assets, sound effects, and music for you to use in the creation of your game of choice. So it's very easy to jump in and get started. And while they certainly can get very, very complex with individual hierarchies for all of the software and things like that, anybody that's actually done some game programming before is probably going to pick this up pretty quickly if you're familiar with Unreal in any way, shape, or form. And if you're not, the game does provide plenty of in-game tutorials, links to videos, links to documents for you to check out so you can get created. How do you monetize it, though? Once you've actually created a game, you can join what's called the Perks program. Now, to do that, you have to meet some qualifications. Your account has to be at least 30 days old and active within the last 90 days and in good standing. Your 30-day average daily active users must be at least 50, and you're going to have to give Manticore some requested identification information and tax information. So how does the monetization work? Well, if you're in the Perks program and you build a game, you can create different perks in-game to buy with credits, these core credits that are the cash shop currency. Core itself has its own founders packs and stores that you can buy things from, but you as the game creator can create your own individual items if you like, whether that be a 7-day experience boost or a pair of cosmetic pants, or, as we've mentioned before, a full-blown monthly subscription or a VIP membership. When I go in as a player to your game and I spend credits that I've purchased in your game, you get all of those credits. Now, you get to keep them if you're going to turn around and use them yourself to then buy other in-game items. But if you want to pull those credits out as real-life cash, you can, but it's going to be a 50-50 split between you and Manticore. So if you pull $5 worth of credits out to go to your bank account, you're going to get $250. They're going to get $250. But it's a great way to monetize your own games without having to deal with all the contractual obligations that might come with a developer-publisher experience here. So if you want to check out Core, it's actually a pretty neat platform, and we've seen stuff like this before. If we think back, we've had things like the Epic Quest or the Mighty Quest for Epic Loot, right, where you were able to build your own castles and then you could go and explore other people's castles, whether they set them up as a maze through a bunch of traps or a straight dungeon crawling experience with a bunch of monsters. Basically, the gameplay was the same, but there was a lot of variance in the user-created content. Here, we've got a bigger platform where you can create any game you want. We've run the gamut from mini golf to battle royale to full-blown MMORPG to puzzle game, across the entire spectrum. Yeah, there's going to be some duds, of course, because there's a lot of people creating things on here. Some people aren't putting in the same amount of time that others are. You're going to find duds, but you're going to find your favorites and probably stick with a few as your casual, I've got nothing to do for an hour. Let me jump in and play some mini golf. I got to say, so far, I'm liking the potential of Core, and I want to see what some others can do with it that have a really high amount of time and investment to put into, realizing what might be their life's dream as far as creating a game, but maybe not having exactly the experience, money, or toolkit to do that. So if you want to check Core out, check it out on MMOBomb.com. You can jump into early access totally for free. There's no problems, and if you want to hang tight, it's coming to the Epic Store in April in an early access form as well. If you're a creator or just a gamer, might be a cool place to spend a couple of afternoons. Until next time, gang, this is Mike Byrne from MMOBomb.com saying stay safe, and we'll see you on the servers.